Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Bucher, and I am an admissions counselor here at Otterbein University. And today I'm going to be speaking on letters of recommendation and the importance of adding these letters of rec to your college application and some different ways that they can really add value. Before I dive in, I do want to say that when you're applying to colleges, please look at specifically each college's admission requirements. Some schools will require a certain number of letters of rec to be added to your application, and other schools, such as Otterbein, leaves letters of recommendation completely optional to you as a student if you would like to include them or not. I will say for even the schools that leave them optional, I think it is 100% a good idea to try to include letters of rec still if possible. It is just a really great way to show a different perspective on your application from someone else that has seen you throughout your years of high school, and it just really goes a long way to an admissions counselor reading your application. So I think the first question for you should be, who should I ask to write these letters of rec for me? And a couple different groups of people come to mind. First off, I think teachers are always a great option if you have built a pretty good relationship with a couple different teachers. I know it goes a long way from a teacher's perspective to say, oh, I had this student in my ninth grade English class, and they did pretty well. And I also had them in my 11th grade literature and composition class, and they were a joy to have in class. I've seen them grow in XYZ ways. That really goes a long way and adds a lot of value to your application. Another group would be your high school counselor, your guidance counselor. Not all students I know make a super close relationship with their guidance counselor, but if you have, they are a great perspective to get to add to your college application because they have seen you in some capacity throughout your 4 years in high school. And then I think a third group of people that would be a great thought would be any supervisor, any director, any coach of an extracurricular activity. And again, along the same thought process as the teacher, if you had a coach, if you played a sport, you played that sport over multiple years, they have seen you grow over a couple different years in high school. So I think that's one way to consider who to ask for letters of rec. Another way that you could look at these letters of rec is to do a self-assessment of your application. So what I mean by that is to think about what are your strong areas of your application and what are not even your weak areas, but maybe just your not as strong areas in your application. So for example, let's say I am a high school senior and I know that I have great extracurricular involvement. Maybe I played 2 sports in high school. I'm the vice president of my National Honor Society. I volunteer my time in a couple different ways. So I'm really, really confident in that area of my application. But maybe I do wish my GPA was a little higher than it's at right now. If I was this student, I would 100% ask a teacher for my letters of recommendation. And I say this because if my GPA is maybe my weaker area that I feel in my application, then let me put a letter of rec to help bolster that weak area of my application. So if I had a teacher that said, the student was a joy to have in class, they might have not had the highest grade in the class, but they had quality and creative discussion, they turned in all their work on time, and were just a joy to have in class, that would go a long way to me as the admissions counselor saying, okay, maybe their GPA isn't a 4.0, but I know for sure from this teacher's perspective that they're a joy to have in class. So just a different way that you could think about your letters of rec as well. Again, my name is Andrew Bucher, and I'm more than happy to help answer any further questions that you have. You can find my contact information on Otterbein Admissions webpage, or just email the Otterbein general email, and it'll get its way to me. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope you found some benefit to this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.